This time we're going to be working on a soda can. Um, Here's a interface preview of what the actual finished product look like, and here we'll find clay shading, a close-up of the can. So as you can see, there's going to be pretty much a lot of detail here, and we'll be focusing on this video. We're going to be focusing on modeling the entire can, and then we'll follow up with a couple more videos. Maybe second one will be like texturing, UV in, probably rendering. Let's see how it goes. So without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, so the first thing I did here was actually to make things a little bit easier, even for this tutorial, and help out some of you who are just starting. I actually took a photograph. Let me actually bring back the preview. I took a photograph of the top lid, brought it into Illustrator, and actually generated some paths so we could actually trace and then and help explain why we did what we did. It is something that you probably will not need in the future. Once you get pretty nifty at this, you can just take a picture, bring it in, and just use that as a guide. I think for this particular project, since you guys are learning, I think it would be best to explain how polygons work, and this is why I actually built the grid in Illustrator after bringing in the image. So here's an Illustrator. Here's the top view. Originally I had an image of the top view of the can here, and I traced where some of the I guess the paths were built. I deleted at this point, but it's just right now I think the most important thing is just to show you, like, this was where their opening is, and what it is, I just generated paths. Also I did some, see these lines, it's actually how 3D works. So you have these polygons that kind of go around, and we want to build this in 24 segments. Right now on this side is 12, and there's 12 on the other one, and everything starts from a polygon, which is 4-point poly, and then it works itself into the middle using quads. Polygons are also called quads, so you got all these are quads, and they meet here, and again all around you see them. So this is actually the best possible way when you're working in subdivision surfaces. Again, we did the same thing for the opener, so divided into quads, as you can see here. And this is just the profile of the can. This will be brought into Modo as a EPS so that we could do a sweep loop, right, like a lathe. So we're just going to spin it, and that should just quickly build that. And the thing that takes the most this wouldn't take that long. You know, what takes the most is just actually building the profile. Basically, you bring in an image of the can, trace it, you know, cut it in half, delete the image, and then you just keep this and send it as an EPS. Okay, so but this is what really takes the bulk of the time to do. For the purpose of the video, I'm going to try to fly through it to some degree that is will make sense, and at the same time it would still help you within your training. Okay, so let's go back here. I'm gonna move this over. I'm gonna create a new document, so we're just gonna call Command N. So this is all new, and I'm gonna go into Control Space Top View, because I'm gonna turn off. Let me just turn off this camera for a second, and I'm gonna find the X, Y, and Z. So we're gonna center the top part of this image in here. I have a folder that I created. What I did is wind up saving those images that I showed in Illustrator, and I brought them into Photoshop and separated them and saved them as JPEGs. You can save them as PNG or whatever you like, but I saved them as a JPEG, and I'm just dragging one of the image into Modo, top view of Modo here, and just alright, so I just did that, and let me just move this over. Okay, 1 second, I just gotta move this a little. I was just noticing that my video, okay, just want to make sure that you could actually see my whole Okay, so here we go. So here's the image, and this is how we get started. So we're going to use this as reference. We go to backdrop here. We're going to bring the transparency down to 50. I'm going to invert the image so that where it's white, I'm going to make it black, and then everything else will be orange. It's just easier in the eyes on my end. You could do what makes you feel a little bit more comfortable. I think this helps on my end. I'm also going to make sure that my image is center here, so I'm going to go to item mode. Look, I'm going to move this just a hair. It's just a hair off. Well, let me just double it to move. Make sure it's in the middle. It looks like this has to be down just a hair more. Okay, that should work. Space bar release. I'm going to go in here, the cylinder on the basics on the left hand side here, and just going to select a cylinder, go in the middle, click in the middle, and just drag. You could drag right and left. I'm just dragging. If you drag this way, that's what you see here. If you drag, basically, if you drag right, if you're dragging right or left, it's just gonna do that. I'm just trying to adjust it to fit the area for now, or you could numerically do it on the left hand side, and you could always scale. So this is just to give you an idea. You see, you could, once you release, you could still drag these things to align where you want to be at. Another thing is, like, I actually, remember I talked about it, I want it to be in 24 segments. So if yours is not set to 24, this is the time to do it. Make sure you click in 24, because we just want 24 of these edges around the oval or circle to be here. Otherwise, it's not going to work for you. Okay. All right. So now that we have that in place, let me just move this down a little bit. It looks like okay. Space bar. And I'm going to go to wireframe, and so if you go to perspective view, okay, I'm just going to bring this image down below my polygon so that I could actually see it. Okay, it's just moved down, shift a little bit so that actually my model's on top of it. Okay, now by selecting this, now you see I hover my my mouse over the polygon and just quickly select the polygon. Go back to the top view. Click bevel, click B for bevel, and then just drag so that you can meet at the second level. Space bar, release the tool, B again, click on, and then again just do it a few times just to actually follow these guidelines. Similar to what we just reviewed in class yesterday. Space bar, B. I'm gonna move this here. Alright. Space bar, B. And this time I'm just gonna scale then as close as I can, because I'm gonna move the rest of the polygons over. Okay. Space bar. Nothing we're doing at this point. We're gonna go to perspective. I just want to show you what we're at. We are actually, since we're only gonna work on the left hand side for now, I'm gonna delete the right. So there's no need to actually work on both, since it's just gonna mirror it over. So I'll show you. We're just gonna select all of these polygons, click delete, and double click on this entire left hand side, right hand side, and then just delete. Okay, so we go back to the top view, and what we're going to do is align all the vertices to follow this path here. Okay, so here's how we do that. Remember, we talked about a new tool which is move, but it actually moves anything and just without having to just select each individual vertex and then move. So the tool is in your keyboard is Control T. If you Control T, you could actually just move these without having to actually select and deselect, select and deselect. So this is just basically just a faster way, you know, And this tutorial, I'm gonna take it all the way to the end and upload, because the purpose of this is to see how you guys do, students in school. I know we meet every Thursday, but I think the purpose of this one is see if you could actually finish this before Thursday, and you send me the work, right? It'll be considered obviously a passing grade or grade, and that way on Thursday you could either sit in the class, or you could actually be excused, because we'll be working on the following one. So like the more advanced you are, the benefits you'll have, so it's sort of like, yeah, you could come in and review if you like, but if you finish this before Thursday, you send it through, I'll review it, I'll grade it, send it back. You're basically excused from being in the class, and you'll be working on the next assignment on your own. So that way, it's not fair for some of the ones that are at a different level to actually sit and learn something that they already know. So this is, I think this is a fair way to say, hey, here you go, learn as much, do it. You do great. I'll give you other stuff that is more difficult. You could do it on your own leisure. Just send the project when it's completed. I'll grade it, and then we'll move on. Okay, I think that's fair enough. Okay, so now, here we go. So now we have this whole entire area built, and if you go to wireframe here, you see we followed up exactly this whole area. Now we're just going to finish this quickly on this side. So if you go to reflections, you could start anywhere, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these edges, all of these here, to stay here. All right, just those, and just click C. That extrudes the edge. All right, and the same thing. Base key. This time I'm gonna just go to wireframe mode, because I can't really see some of these other things. Control T is gonna allow me to actually move this freely here. Just align them, align them, align them again. So you see how once you get familiarized with it, it's just you'll be surprised how fast you'll blow right through things like this. I mean, in the beginning, obviously, it takes time. I'm just gonna go back to reflection. Okay, so now let me just finish up at the top here. I'm gonna grab this one, Z, bring it down, space, Control T, move this over. So that's the line, and then you could actually say select polygon 1, vertex 1, sorry, 2, 3, 4, and just click P. That'll fill up some negative space. And here we'll do the same thing. Z, bring this up. Control T, just to adjust. And then again, 1 vertex, 2 vertex, 3 vertex, 4 vertex. Always check on your left hand side bottom to see if you have 4. If you have more than that, sometimes it become a problem. That usually happens when you're actually building on top of each other, and then you delete, come back, then before you know, you have a lot of vertices. But if you're building raw from the beginning and you have no problems, you won't have those issues. So okay, now Z, I'm gonna clone this. I'm gonna just strain this out, scale, strain this out a little bit, and just enough to, I'm just gonna try to, there's many different ways to do this. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into. I think it's best if you just do what we did in class, and then I'll get to that in another. Okay, so let's go back C. We did that one time. Space C. Move W. Scale. Make it flat. Space bar release. C. Clone. Alright. Space bar. C. Alright. Space bar C. Space bar C. Alright, so we're just gonna go all the way down. Space bar C. We're almost there. spacebar C again. Okay, now what we do is let's adjust all of these, spacebar. Let's go to wireframe, Control T, and let's adjust all these vertices. Oh, did I miss one here? It looks like. Let me see. It looks like I missed one here. That's easy enough. Control Z. Let's just select this one for a second and let me just show you in reflection. I missed one here. So how you fix that is just go Control C, and then you're gonna have, oh actually you don't want to do a loop, so let me just, 1 second. No, that's not what I want. 1 second. Let's go to Edge. I forgot the actual command for that one, and it's actually, just go to Polygon here. Every once in a while I get one of those like rain freeze thing and I forget exactly. It's not that one. You know, it'll come to me. For now, what I'm gonna do is just Shift C. So there you go. I just couldn't think of it. Shift C. What Shift C does, it just allows you just to split a polygon. So here you go. Shift C. Shift C. Control C does the loop slide when you do multiple polygons. Shift C allows you to cut a polygon right in half, and that's what I'm doing here. I forgot. So Shift C allows you to create this little handle thing, and it cuts in any angle you want. So this is what we did here. Shift C, and to release it, just say Shift C again, and that's done. Let's go to wireframe, Control T, just to adjust all these polygon vertices. There you go. I've been doing this for such a long time, and I just forget sometimes the command. I hope it's not maybe it should be entire, I guess. I don't know. It's like starting to forget certain things. Okay, so here we go. So now we got this all, these are all built. Okay, so what are we doing is 1, 2, 3, 4 polygon. Right, and let's say I actually want to select this one, Z, bring it here. That's good enough. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4 polygon. Another one here, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like a puzzle. Before you know, it's all filled up. On here, you could just select this whole entire area. Just select the bottom and top, and you could just go to bridge. Just click, and it automatically just bridges all of those. Here we select these two. Z, Shift that, Control T, Control T. There you go. I just want to adjust these right here. Okay, space bar. 1, 2, 3, 4 polygon. We shift this over. 1, 2, 3, 4 polygon. 1, 2, 3, 4 polygon. This is just to show different ways to do things. 1, 2, 3, 4 polygon. 2, 3, 4 polygon. So you see this whole entire area now. You got a wireframe, pretty much completed. It was good. So now we're just going to straighten out this edge to make sure it's 100% straight. Alright, and the edge we straighten out is the one in the middle, because that's the one that we actually gonna make sure. So command and then lasso your mouse all along this edge here, which is the one in the middle. Scale, drag the handle, and just make sure this set to 0. Right, and here we go. We go to reflections, go to polygon, test your image, make sure there's no problem by clicking tab, and then you go to duplicate, mirror, hit the middle, make sure everything is on top of where it should be, space bar, tap, make sure it's all working, and now we just look around. I'm gonna actually bring in a screenshot of kind of like how the image is looking. Alright, this is actually a screenshot of a preview of the top lid, how it should look. So with that said, it just gives you an idea that we actually have to bring certain amount of polygons up and then just leave these in the bottom here. And that's how actually I created the paths and build these paths as simple as possible to try to show that. So I'll show you right now. You go back into Modo, click tab, so make sure you add a subdivision surfaces. Okay, now select these. Select two of these, the far left polygons. Loop, L for loop, and it selects everything around. Then shift up selects the actually no, let's go shift back down. Let's just only select those in the bottom, only that row in the far left. Once you select it, let's just say W, and let's just move that down. You see how it's starting to create sort of like that bevel that we're looking for. Okay, great. Space bar, select all the polygons, W to move away from the image, and just click tab. I just want to see how it looks. So now you see how it looks like it needs a little bit more. So just again select two of those, W, move back just a little bit. Okay, that's good. W, select everything, make sure you away from the image. And now what we're going to do is actually bring down this area in the middle. Alright, so let's just select all these polygons here, because these are all how these things are built. Right, these, it's just these right here, and then this one in the outside, so just go shift up once, and if you look at the reference image, that's going down. So we just say B for bevel, click on it, move down, and just shift over just a hair. Right, yeah, that should be sufficient. Right, space bar. And then the next thing we're going to be doing is bringing down the middle area, which is here, and that also goes down. So that's right here. See, just select these guys. Oh, one thing I really did notice yesterday, there is like this little, it's like how do I say, like this is going down, but this area here actually has a bit more of a beak, so I'm just gonna sort of add that. I'll show you once it's built. Alright, let's select all these. Oh, they're already pre-selected. Great. So we're gonna bevel that, go down a little bit again, about the same amount. Let's just move out a little bit, bring this down. Space bar. So now you see now this part is done. Okay. I know I remember. Let me actually. I know that yesterday what I did was I did add it. Let me just add quickly. I added the HDR that we use because it just helps us see how this thing is really reflection. So let me see, reflecting, you know, properly. Let me just load it up. Just want to load it. This just gives me a little bit more of a, because when it's just like flat, it's hard to tell. So I'm just gonna go into, okay, I mean, let's go back to the perspective, and I'm actually going to select the camera in the right hand side here on item list, and I'm just gonna move this to like a nice area to check my reflections, and then just want to sync this view to my camera by selecting the camera. So now when you go to camera view, see it's and you go to preview, open preview rendering, it's gonna be in that specific angle. Currently right now I don't have any material set, so we'll do that right now. So let me just select this material, can, alright, shader, let's just make this reflective, make it like at least 6, right, so that you can see what's really happening. And then blur, not so much, just enough. And let's just make this like a middle color, somewhere around there. So this will at least let me see what's really happening. Just increase this, alright. So now when I'm here, when I bring this into preview, I could at least see where I'm at compared to my target, which is here, right? So there's still a little work we gotta do. Like this needs to be a little sharper here. We still gotta build this wall. So we'll do that real quick now. Just keep that in mind. Always good to keep a reference. I'll provide you that as well. So let's fix that. Oh, I'm just gonna go in perspective here. And I'm gonna tap, double click this edge. Z, let's bring that up. Alright. A little bit higher, and that's it. And then select C to clone the edges. This time we just click R scale. Well, didn't actually do anything. C, click on the edges, then R for scale. You see that shifts away. Okay. Click R. And then C again to scale the edge, and just bring that past your whole entire unit here. Okay, and then you see, I think what we did yesterday was we added a segment right in the middle here. Well, we first added one in the middle, so let's just turn this. Okay, where is it? Item. Let's turn the background item off. Select two of these polygon. Option C, that's loop slice. Let's add one in the middle, 50%. Right. And then we'll add a loop slice, maybe like quarter down this top piece, and then the same on the other side. So we like about there. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Just bring it down. It's like 25%. Alright. Close enough. So when you click tab, you're gonna have something, a bit of a lip, somewhat rounded. Okay. And now in here, we're gonna need, and I think what we wind up doing yesterday was actually we select this whole edge in the inside, click bevel, right, spread it, make sure it's the round level set to 1, and then we'll just delete the inside part of this line. We'll keep the 2 on the outside, and that's actually what's going to separate. It's going to allow for some breathing area here, so when you click tab, you have a soft edge here, but it's not. Okay, we do the same on this side. Select the bottom edge here, B for bevel, spread it, right? let's see if that works. We don't need this inside one. We just need like one in the outside. So you have two here and two there. So when you click tab, and we'll look at it too, just to make sure. See, so now you have this nice, and we gotta do it inside here. So it's nice out here. Just gotta do it inside. Okay. Same thing here. Select this edge, bevel. Alright. Delete the inside. Same thing at the bottom. Let me see if we could. Well, let me see how it looks without it. It might look good enough. Yeah, this is. Looks like I need to. Right, I mean, this might. I think. Let's see the bottom here compared to the other one. I think we just might need the one in the inside, not so much the outside. Let's try that. Forgot how we did it yesterday and how I did it before. So I'm just gonna delete this one out. And these you could select all of these. The inside piece, click bevel, just shift, because it's harder to select if you don't do it that way. And I think it's just the inside that just need it a little bit. Yeah, so that's a lot nicer. I still need one in the outside, so I'm gonna try to see if I can get away with doing a loop slice. Let me see if I can. It might work. The loop slice might work here because you have these polygons dividing, right? Because it doesn't have to be that close then. Let me see. Yeah, this might work. Option C. So you got the loop slide. You just want it pretty far out because this one can't be that close. That should be space bar. And you go. So now this right here. Now these we got done with this part, and this actually took a lot less time than what we did yesterday. And this is just gonna help a lot of more of those advanced students. And I'm sure if you have any questions, don't be shy, just ask. You know, I'm just trying to breeze through some of these learning tutorials because I noticed that some of them take a lot longer and just take a lot longer to upload. So I think I'm just gonna end this one with this part, and then I'm gonna do another one with the other piece that we're gonna attach on top, and then the can. Okay, so with that said, let's end this one. I think we had a good position here for the top to be. We just got to move. When we come back on the next one, we just got to shape this bottom here. So this has to actually come out sort of like that, and then we have to come around and just attach it to the can. Okay, so I'm gonna save this. Let me save that. Make sure you save. I haven't saved this one. So let's save this as, I'm gonna call this FIT 3D Training 03. What's today's date? 13. Oh, Friday the 13th. Okay. We'll go to model. So we'll save this as the model. And we're gonna call this lid 01. Alright. And then I'm just gonna make sure I'm gonna consolidate things to just grab any images that I choose. It's right in that folder. I don't have to look for them. Save. Alright. Thank you. I'll be working on the second one shortly, and I'll be uploading all of these at some point this weekend. That way, if you get a hold of these, just the sooner you build this and send it to me for me to grade. And I just think it's best if you have any questions, email me. If not, just send me what you completed, and then I'm gonna grade based on like you know how far in you got, and that way at least I know who's at what level, and try to make it fair. I know that it's one of those programs that take a little, so as long as I see that some people are actually doing the assignments to the best of the knowledge, I'll keep that in consideration as well. All right, thank you. Bye.